Hi, and welcome back to another video by yours truly, Mr. Matthew Helk. I'm gonna come on here because I want to talk about emotions and feelings and just things that you go through life that a lot of people don't really pay attention to. Maybe they do by themselves, but they don't show it as much. I'm a very sensitive person. Always been since I was little until this day. Make me watch a sad movie, I'll cry. Yeah, movie I first cried at when I was a kid was, I think, Born to Be Wild, I think. Yeah. It's with Taylor, the guy from Home Improvement, and something about a ape and something like that. I literally bawled my eyes out because that was just a great movie and it was sad. And it's okay to show your emotions. I mean, a lot of people say hide your emotions, don't let people see you cry. You should. Crying helps you vent. It's a way of venting, letting things out. It's it's how much strength you've hold on to for so long and you just let it loose. Crying is your soul refreshing itself. Trust me. How good do you feel after you cry? Maybe not like when you're in a sad situation you cry about it, but letting go of those emotions and just letting things out and just kind of like expressing yourself, talking to someone, and just crying about what you're dealing with and how you're dealing with it, and knowing that you have support, or you just had so much strength holding on and just put on a good front to everyone, but you just let it go. Trust me, I know crying can seem very, 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 very ups and downs. You can have those good, happy cries. You got those ugly cries. You got those sad cries. I mean, I've been crying my whole life. Not my whole life, but majority of the time I've been through some situations in my life. Recently, not recently, but a couple months ago in October, we had to put our dog down, and at first I knew what was happening and he wasn't doing good, and we knew that he was not doing as well as we were wanting him to do, and I didn't get as emotional until we had to bring him to put him down. And to tell you the truth, I didn't cry until we got into that room. We sat with him, pet him. I get emotional right now talking about it because it was just a hard thing to see, because this dog was a part of, his name is Max, and he's a Choco Lab. He was a part of life for 13 years. That's more than a decade. And everyone talks about having a pet and, having for, either 5 or 6 years. We had him 13 years, and we got him when I was 20. And it's crazy to think about that. I was actually 21 around there, and he saw me through my hard times, and he like knew when to comfort us, and he knew when we were feeling down, and he always put a smile on our face. It was always something to look forward to coming home, opening the door and just him running up to you and saying hello, like not really saying hello, but like running up to you and saying, "Hey, you're home, you're home." It was a good feeling, and knowing that someone was home waiting for me at the same time was a good feeling, because now hold on one sec, yeah. It is really hard to come home and not hear those footsteps. Like, really hard. I don't really show it, and I know grieving takes a little bit of time, and it's never gonna get easier, but having the fact that coming home to an empty house is something that's not normal for me and my mom. And it's in a way peaceful, in a way not peaceful, because we've been with this dog for 13 years, and he was a part of her life. He was literally a brother to me and a child to my mom. And he hurt himself, and then he wasn't getting better, and just seeing him just kind of go through those struggles, and not be able to walk, not standing, not eating, not drinking. And we just came to the decision of putting him down, because we didn't want him to be, have him alive just for a guilty pleasure, a guilty conscience, to have him just keep living in pain. We know he was in pain, and we saw on his face, and he knew it. He knew the day that we were going to bring him to put him down, because he would, like, throughout the nights, he would stay up barking because he was in pain. We knew he was in pain. He didn't bark once. When we brought him in the car, brought him to the place, went in the room, he literally looked at all of us and he knew it's about time, guys. Like, I was in pain. Thank you for listening. Thank you for... Okay, I'm not gonna get emotional, but it's really hard to talk about because I'm used to death. I lost my grandfather, my two grandparents, my aunt, and a couple people in my family throughout throughout time. And it is like my mom, we were talking about it way before it happened. It was seeing a pet die is a lot worse than seeing a human being die, because a human being can somehow communicate with you to tell you, you know, like, I'm in pain, blah, blah, blah. But with our Max, the dog, we didn't know, we couldn't communicate with us. But I always thought it was the funniest, interesting thing that he always knew when we were down and out, and he was always by our side, keeping us company, making sure that we were okay. But we didn't know, we couldn't communicate with him the way we communicate with human beings. And I think that's why I believe dogs are the best animal to have as a pet. I mean, other people can say differently, but my opinion is dogs are better. That's just my opinion. Because dogs will love you unconditionally as much as they're living on this earth. They will not judge you. They'll know when you're hurting, and they know how to comfort you at the same time. And they will not be disloyal to you if you treat them right. People who don't treat their dogs or any animals differently, they'll react to you differently. But I believe dogs are a man's best friend, because they know when we're hurting, when we're struggling, when to keep us happy, and when, you know, to build up our spirits. And the fact that I really didn't pay as much attention to that in my early years, I just thought, you know, it's our dog, blah, blah. But as he got older, I realized that he was a big part of my growth as a human being, because he taught me how to love unconditionally and never to see flaws in people, never judge someone, and always to be there for someone who's struggling. And it's kind of weird that he's not here. And I feel like he's teaching me lessons more now that he's gone too. And he's taught me lessons throughout when he was alive. But I know this is like a little Debbie Downer kind of video, but I was going to talk about emotions because I was watching YouTube videos of like sad videos and happy cries and all that stuff. So I kind of wanted to pick one topic that I wanted to talk about emotions and how it's okay to cry once in a while. It's okay to let things out, because if you let things in, it does destroy you from the inside. So again, coming home, it's weird and it's very strange to not, you know, when I leave work, I don't, like, I'm used to saying goodbye to him, say, oh, I'll see you later, blah, blah. But he's not there. But I know he's in spirit, but at the same time, physically, it's just a void in between me and my mother about being home and knowing that he's not around, but he's around us spiritually, but we would like him to be here on this earth, but we don't want him to be on this earth if he was struggling. So it was a hard decision for us to put him down, but I think he knew in his heart, and we knew in our heart, that he was in pain, and we didn't want to put him in pain. We didn't want to keep him alive because, you know, we want him around, because that would just be a really guilty way of keeping him alive. So we know that, you know, it was the good thing to put him down, because he's no more in pain. He's lived 13 long years with us. And again, it's very, very hard to come home. And yeah, I don't cry often, but I don't want to cry in front of you guys because I haven't cried yet. I cried a lot more when we took him to it, and we put him down. It was very, very emotional for me, my brother, my mom, my dad. It was a hard thing to go through, but at the end of the day, we had to do what we had to do. And I know Max definitely was happy we gave him a good home for 13 years, and you know, we listened to him, we played with him, we walked him, you know, we were company with him, and he was part of our lives, and he was a part of ours. And I think he knew that when he was being put down. We were surrounded by everybody he loves, you know, and I knew in his spirit that he went into all of us, and he's still around. He's still lingering. I still hear the clitty clatter in the home sometimes, and I think it's him, but I know it's him. But, you know, he's up there with my grandparents, pretty much everyone I've, like, lost over the years, and my dad's dog, Bella, and he's running around doing whatever he's doing. I just know he's around me, but it is just hard to not physically see him, physically touch him, hold him, kiss him, just all the stuff we used to do to him when he was alive. But, yeah, I don't know why this is a little Debbie Downer. I think the fact that I've been so positive and happy, I think it's a little good to bring out the little dark side of me and to bring out the little, like, emotional me, because I feel like that's a good way to show who a person really is. Not one person is one way, this is all one way and that's it, but some people do have rocky roads. For the past 3 videos, you have seen me being a little depressed and all that stuff, but that's just me showing who I truly am as a person. I'm not always happy. I'm sad sometimes. I get depressed and all that stuff, and that's natural for human beings to go through, because if you don't go through sadness or anger, all that stuff, you're not growing as a human being. Because if you were happy all the time, you would think everything just is perfect, and you wouldn't want to venture out and try new things. So the bad things that come into your life and bring you down actually make you stronger to try new things to better your life physically, mentally, and spiritually. And it's a way to put yourself out there as a human being who truly is connected to their emotions, because emotion does play a big part in people's lives. Some people don't show that often, but when they do, it's a good thing. So this is my video of just emotions and just a little tidbit of what my emotions has been through the past month of putting my dog down. And the past 3 days, I wasn't in the perfect happy-go-lucky attitude, but I wanted to show you guys that I'm not truly always happy, because I want to show you the true me, not the sugar-coated me of me, like, hey, let's go, like, inspiration. That doesn't happen all the time. So I wanted to come on here and show you who truly is me as a person, Mr. Matthew Koch. That's me. And I just want to let you know that it's okay to share your emotions. It's not a burden, for anyone else. It's your emotions. Let it out. Let it out. If you need to cry, let it out. It's a lot better if you let it out, because if you hold it in, it's going to destroy you inside. But on that note, I want to say, God bless you guys. Go out there, crush your goals. Crush your goals, make your dreams come true, and keep supporting each other as I support you. Like always, I will put my Instagram in the description box and my email. So if you want to reach out to me, if you have any questions, or if you're looking for someone to talk to about different emotional stuff that you've been through, any struggles, I'm here for you. I don't turn anyone away. But if you have something negative to say, like my grandma always says, if you got nothing nice to say, do not say it at all. And on that note, love you guys, and hope you're having a great day. Hope you're a great weekend, and I hope you're having a great November. Love you guys.